Good afternoon, Vinyl community. It's Glen Kellaway from the basement. I haven't done a video for like a week, but I have been appearing on other people's channels. Larry, Canadian Studmuffin. Please subscribe to Larry's channel if you haven't. He's got one of the greatest channels in the YouTube, and loving doing the collaborations with Larry. We're doing a CD exchange, and we're doing songs versus songs, and we're having a lot of fun. Larry's become a really good friend, and he's an awesome guy. So please, Canadian Stud Muffin. Fridays, Rich Strickler and I do Sports Beat. We're both big sports fans, and we're doing sports videos. So go over to Rich Strickler's channel and check out Sports Beat. We'll be uploading a new one on Friday with a special guest. Aaron Mutha Alomar is going to come on with us and talk football. Pretty excited. So today, I'm doing Beatles. I was trying to figure out what to do for a video. It's kind of like when you're listening to music. You know, you got like 50,000 titles to choose from, and you can't figure out what to listen to. You can always play the Beatles. And so, same with the video. I'm going, I can't figure out what to do for a video. Let's do a Beatles video. I thought I'm going to steal my friend Mazzy's idea, kind of. It's like a Beatles whack-a-mole, except I'm doing it from the stereo box set. So what I did was I closed my eyes and I moved all the records around in there, so I have no idea what order they're in here. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to pull a record out. Now I can see the first one's friggin' Abbey Road. So let's mix them up some more. Okay, let's do some mixing. And when I open the box this time, I think I'll just close my eyes when I pull the record out so I don't know what I'm pulling out. How's that work? Okay, if anybody's unfamiliar with this box set, oh God, now the Beatles freaks are going to come after me. 2012 released, stereo, digital masters from the 2009 CDs, so they weren't analog original master recordings or anything. Some people pan these. I think they're fine. Sounds great. This set was $300 when it come out. Now it's like $600-700 now to buy it used. The mono set as well. I have both. So if you haven't seen this set before, it's got the complete discography of UK albums. Also has the Beatles Past Masters, which I took out of the box because I'm not going to rank that while I pull these albums out, because it's not really a Beatles album, but it's got all kind of the B-sides and singles that weren't on albums. It's awesome. Love it. Comes with this beautiful frickin' hardcover book. This set's heavy, man. Must weigh like 25 pounds. Beautiful hardcover book. Great photos and gorgeous. Great packaging. The Beatles did this right. So let's get started. So I'm going to pull an album. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to rank it. So we should end up with all of the albums ranked. I hope I don't forget how I ranked, so I don't know what my next one's going to be. So I'm just going to pull one at random. How's that? I got a double one. I'm not sure what it is. Magical Mystery Tour. 1967, I think it came out around October 67, from the Beatles TV special that they made in Britain that showed on Christmas Day that year, I believe. It didn't show in North America for a while. The album came out. My remembrance of this album is getting it for Christmas and calling my buddies on the phone and saying, I just got Magical Mystery Tour, and them running over to my place and us downstairs listening to this on the big console stereo that my parents had. It would have been a mono copy that I had. Love this album. The first side is songs that were written for the TV film. The title song, Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, instrumental. Is that the Beatles' only instrumental? Unless you include Revolution Number 9. Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, and I Am the Walrus, which is one of the great Beatles songs of all time. It's not, side 2 was made up of kind of this was released as an EP in England, so only those 6 songs were on it that were from the television film. North America, Capitol Records got the idea of making this into a full-scale LP and added songs that were singles. Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, All You Need Is Love. Sold like crazy here. Eventually, they did release this in Britain as an LP, and now is part of the Beatles canon, but in theory, it's an EP from the Beatles when they first made it. So I am going to rank this. How am I going to do this? I would say this is probably my 8th favorite Beatles album. 8th favorite. Magical Mystery Tour. Man, I hope I can keep track of this. Okay, closing my eyes, picking an album at random. What have I got? I got another gatefold or something. Aha! Sgt. Pepper's, released in June 1967. My favorite album of all time. The best album ever made. Sgt. Pepper's, from the cover, from the first album to ever, rock album to ever put lyrics on the cover, to the songs. This album was magical in 1967. The Summer of Love, this album was all over the place. It was groundbreaking in terms of recording techniques, and just an amazing, amazing, amazing record. Sgt. Pepper's is number 1. Okay, let's go here. Whack-a-mole's fun. Thanks, Mazzy. Let It Be. We're all anxiously awaiting for the remix to come out on October 15th. 4 LPs, 1 EP, or 6 CDs, 5 or 6 CD set. I think it's 5 CDs and a Blu-ray maybe. And the album, you can buy it singly as well, plus the regular CD. They're going to have a remix of the Phil Spector mix. They're going to have a remix of the Glenn John mix. And then 2 albums full of demos and outtakes and cool stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. Haven't ordered it yet. I see on Amazon.ca it's $175 for the vinyl set. I think it's about $135, $140 in the U.S. I'm kind of hoping it's going to drop down a couple of bucks, but we'll see. So Let It Be, I rank low, actually. All the Beatles albums I love, so when I rank an album last, that just means it's like, still incredible. It's still better than what everybody else does. So I'm going to say this is my third. What am I ranking? 13 albums. So this is number 13, 12, number 11. Number 11 on my list. Okay, let's just take the first one out here and see what we got. With the Beatles. The first Beatle album I ever bought was with the Beatles, Beatlemania in Canada. A little different from this, not as many songs on it, but same cover. So it has a special place in my heart. Plus, I love It Won't Be Long. Great opening track. All I've Got to Do. John's vocals on that is amazing. All My Lovin'. First song anybody ever heard if they watched the Beatles for the first time on Ed Sullivan. That's the song they started with. Please Mr. Postman is one of my favorite Beatles covers. Both my favorite Beatles covers are on this album. Please Mr. Postman and You Really Got a Hold on Me. Money. Lennon does his voice just rips. It's just an incredible song. This is ahead of Let It Be. So it's number 10 on my list. This is going to be I'm going to screw this up, but it's fun anyway. Okay, let's take the front one again. Beatles for Sale. A lot of people think this is like their weakest album. I think it's great. A lot of covers. You can tell they were tired. They put this album together quickly. They weren't getting much time in the studio. They were on the road all the time, and they were making movies, and they were freaking just hounded. It must have been incredible. But the original songs in this album are fantastic. No Reply, I'm a Loser, Babies in Black, I'll Follow the Sun, 8 Days a Week, oh, Every Little Thing, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, and What You're Doing are all original songs. They cover Chuck Berry's Rock and Roll Music on this. Mr. Moonlight is on this. Words of Love, Buddy Holly. I love the way they do that. Honey Don't, the Carl Perkins song. Two Carl Perkins songs, Honey Don't and Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Great cover. Great. But man, they look kind of serious and tired there. They look like, oh man, we need a rest. So this is going to be number 12. Number 12. So I've got 11, 10, 12, 11, 10 all taken up. And 8 too. Wow. Okay, let's take this. Hard Day's Night. What an album. What a movie. My parents took me to see I was 11 years old. My parents took me to see this at the show, at the drive-in theater. I didn't even know. They just said they were going to drive-in, and we pull up, and it's A Hard Day's Night. That's pretty cool of my mom and dad to do that. Yeah, what a great album. Songs from the film. I mean, in Canada and U.S., it was released by United Artists as a soundtrack album with only the tracks from the movie on it, the original tracks, and the rest is George Martin scores and stuff. But they released it in the UK as A Hard Day's Night. Wow, title song, amazing. I should have known better. If I fell. I'm happy just to dance with you, and I love her. Tell me why. Can't buy me love is one of my favorite Beatles songs. I don't know, it's a simple rock song, but I just absolutely love it. Anytime at all, I'll cry instead. Things we said today. When I get home, you can't do. Did I say you can't buy me love? It's You Can't Do That. That's one of my favorite songs. And I'll Be Back. Great freaking album. I'm gonna rank that as number 7 on my list. Okay, what's this? The White Album. Man, incredible record. Incredible record. It's so eclectic. There's so many different styles of music on this. And, man, after they got back from India, they just had a wealth of songs. They were starting to do more stuff on their own. A lot of these recordings are, some of the band members weren't even on some of the tracks. But just an amazing selection of songs. There's kind of a little question that I see in the VC sometimes. What's your favorite side of the 4 sides? But I got to pick side number 1 with Back in the USSR, Dear Prudence, Glass Onion, Obla Di Obla Da, Wild Honey Pie, Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Happiness is a Warm Gun. Happiness is a Warm Gun is my favorite song on the album. Great record. Number 3. Okay, what's left here? Rubber Soul. Man, what can you say about this? Rubber Soul and Revolver. I think that was the Beatles' kind of happiest time. 66 seemed to me, and watching the Beatles anthology, I seem to remember George Harrison saying that he remembers Rubber Soul and Revolver kind of as sisters, and that was really the happiest time they were together making music. So yeah, Rubber Soul. Number 4, Rubber Soul. Okay, what do I got? Revolver. Man, this album this was the bridge between. Rubber Soul kind of started off. They got a little more Dylan influenced. There was a little more acoustic type stuff. They were doing a few more introspective type stuff. This was the start of the psychedelic era for them. They kind of just started getting a little more experimental with Tomorrow Never Knows and She Said, and I don't know, Here, There, and Everywhere. My wife and I used that for our wedding song, so it's got a special place in my heart. I'm Only Sleeping's great. Eleanor Rigby, Taxman. Oh man, side 2, Good Day Sunshine and Your Bird Can Sing, For No One. It might be my favorite Paul McCartney Beatles song. Dr. Robert, I Want to Tell You, Got to Get You Into My Life, and of course Tomorrow Never Knows. This is number 2. I would say that a lot of Beatles fans pick this as their number 1 Beatles album. This gets a lot of love, man, and well deserved. Great album. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, I'd say a lot of people pick this as the Beatles' number one album, and I'm going to have to pick it number 5. That's how good their records are, because this is freaking genius. Abbey Road, man. There is a tape around I was watching. Matt Williamson from Pop Goes the 60s went on a live feed with Larry, Canadian Studmuffin, and Paul, Fit to be Tied. Another great channel, Fit to be Tied. I couldn't make it that day and was really disappointed because I love Matt's channel, Pop Goes the 60s. He does a lot of Beatles stuff. Big time researcher before he does a video. Really got to admire his work. And he there's a Mark Lewison, the great Beatles historian and writer, author of many Beatles books. He was in possession of a tape where the Beatles had a meeting and they were discussing what music they were going to do, how they were going to go forward with their next album. John was putting out the prospects of having a 14 song album with John getting 4 songs, George getting 4 songs, Paul getting 4 songs, and Ringo getting 2 if he wants them. That's what John said in the video. I understand Mark Lewison was going to do like a speech somewhere and talk about this tape and do a seminar, and he got a cease and desist order from Apple, so he didn't do it. So only bits and pieces of that tape have ever been heard, but man, would that be interesting to hear that. But who everybody thought this was the Beatles' last hurrah, and that's what they intended it to be, the last hurrah. That tape says differently. They had plans, and that's too bad that it all fell apart. So Abbey Road, number 5. Please Please Me. Their first album, Britain, just a big hit. I mean, how can you just put them on the map? I Saw Her Standing There. What a great starting track. Misery's great. Anna, Arthur Alexander's song that John just blows the vocals away. Beautiful. Please Please Me's on here. Love Me Do. P.S. I Love You. There's a Place, and John's great vocal on Twist and Shout. This is number 13 on the Beatles canon for me. It's a great album. I mean, they're all great, but it's just, that's going to be at the bottom of the pile for me. Okay, I think I got 2 left. I've got Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine is, what did I do, 12, 13, 14? Is this 14? I'm losing track. So Yellow Submarine is actually above Please Please Me, even though it's got only 6 songs that were from the film. The other 6 songs were original score film music from George Martin, which I don't even mind listening to, actually. But only a Northern Song altogether now. Hey Bulldog is one of my favorite Beatles songs. It's All Too Much and All You Need Is Love. I love the songs off of Yellow Submarine. So I'm putting that just ahead of Please Please Me, and I'm not sure how I might have missed a number there. So that's just ahead of Please Please Me and just below Let It Be. Let's figure that one out. And I think I have one more left, and that would be Help, which has to be number 6 on my list. Wow, amazing. My favorite Beatles movie, if you have to pick between Help and Hard Day's Night, I think Help, I've seen it 100,000 times. I've seen Hard Day's Night that much too, but this movie just makes me laugh every time I see it. It's a great comedy and great music, great scenes of the Beatles playing, and just, I love it. And what a great album. It's, I think my daughter Andrea's and Stephanie's favorite Beatles album is Help. Title song, The Night Before, You Got to Hide Your Love Away, John's kind of big Dylan influence song. I Need You. Another Girl, You're Gonna Lose That Girl. Ticket to Ride, my second favorite Beatles song of all time, behind Strawberry Fields. Act Naturally, It's Only Love is a beautiful song. You Like Me Too Much, Tell Me What You See. I've Just Seen a Face. It's a bluegrass song, kind of like a tribute to Bill Monroe that Paul wrote. Yesterday, Paul's masterpiece, and Dizzy Miss Lizzy cover. Great, great album. So that's my ranking and my whack-a-mole for the Beatles box set. I hope you enjoyed it. We're just short of 20 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye so I don't bore you. Peace out, everyone. Please, Canadian Studmuffin, Rich Strickler. Watch those channels, and Paul at Fit to be Tied. Love you all. Take care.